This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. So, yesterday we were talking about lookup transformation and fuzzy lookup transformation and fuzzy grouping transformation. Lookup is used to get the exact matches, or it is going to be doing existence check. Fuzzy lookup is used to get the misspelled data. Fuzzy grouping is used to remove the duplicate rows. Okay. So, one question asked yesterday by Chandani, what is the difference between lookup and join? Right. So that was the question. I think I had answered, but I couldn't record that. Let me record that now today. Okay. So people may ask you the same question in the interview as well. Okay. The difference between joins and lookup. Okay. Lookup means, it is existence check, whether you have the row or not, the value or not. So that is what is called existence check, right? So for example, yesterday I had given you one example. We have a customer table and we have one orders table, right? So let us talk about Amazon.com. So in the Amazon.com, you are going to be registering yourself. Your customer ID will be there, customer name, phone number, address, and you Mr. Bill, and phone number, some phone number and address, you from some place. Okay, and I have Chandni, some phone number and some address. Okay, so you can register only one time, but you can make a lot of orders, right? So whenever you're making the order, we have to know who's the customer and what product she or he needs it, and the date of order or date of sales, and the quantity of the product, right? And what is the amount you paid. So customer 1 could be product number 10, date of sales some date, and quantity 1, some amount you paid it. Again, you are ordering one more product called number 12 and some date, and quantity again 1, you paid this much amount. And we have customer number 2, she bought the product ID, one quantity, she made this much of an amount. Like that. Please mute, guys.
I,
Somebody.
I think you haven't started recording.
Pardon? I
Are
have
you
started. I
started?
have started. I've
Okay.
started. I've started. Yeah. So I've started the recording. It's happening. Okay. No problem. So please mute. So now for this is what is happening, right? Now one more customer registered, say Arvind, right? So he's registered some with phone number, but he did not make any orders as of now. So I wanted to understand. So I would like to understand. The question is like this: get the customer and their orders. Their orders. So this is what I would like to have it. If you wanted to get the data, so customer means this is one customer, how many orders they have placed it, and the customer number 2, how many orders they have placed it. Clear? So to do that, we can definitely use joins, because all the matching data, so one is matching, and this one is matching. If you wanted to get matching data, you must use joins only. Clear? So now I wanted to know, so customers placed orders, that's it. Okay, so whether you place one order or whether you place 1,000 orders, doesn't matter. So only I wanted to know place the orders, customers who placed the orders. Now do you use joins? If you use join, yes, you can get the data as it is, but unnecessarily if you order 1,000 items 1,000 times, unnecessarily it is joining. So wherever there is a joining is happening, so that data is order, the customers have ordered. But without using it joins, You can use lookup or you can use existence check. Only I wanted to know, get one and check, do we have one in this or not? Whether you have one time or 1,000 times, multiple times, doesn't matter. Whether one exists or not. So one exists here, that means this guy has done the transaction, right? So place the order. So second, you take this and you're going to be doing existence check. Do we have to? Yes. So it is going to be giving you, even Chandni has placed an order. So you take the 3 and going to be checking. Do we have 3 here? No, 3 is not available. It is unmatched data. Clear? So if you wanted to find out customers who place the orders only, if you wanted to get it, so you need to get the existence check, not the joins. Clear? So that's what you need to understand always. So where exactly we can use lookup, where exactly we can use joins. So you can also use joins here. But when you use joins, what happens unnecessarily, if you have 1,000 times orders, unnecessarily it is going to be matching 1,000 times the same row again and again repeatedly. And end of the day, I don't need the matched data. I wanted to know whether the customer has done the transaction or not. Am I clear? So in this example, I wanted to know lookup is the beautiful thing, but not the joins. Clear? So many people will have a confusion. Where should I use joins? Where should I use lookup? Okay. In the queries, what normally we're going to be using, we're going to be writing like this. Lookup can be written in the SQL like this. Select, name from the customers table. Okay. So where exist, we will be writing exist like this. Exist is lookup in SQL. Select star from the orders table where, so let me say this is as C, this address O, where C dot customer ID is equivalent to O dot customer ID. So I'm going to be taking, so C dot customer ID this, I'm going to be verifying here whether this number exists or not. Okay. So this exist function in SQL is equivalent to lookup in SSIS. Clear? So this is how you should be able to take. So we are going to be taking C dot customer ID. It is going to be taking this C. C means customer table. We are calling this as a C. Orders table, we are calling this as a O, right? So I'm saying C dot customer ID, you take one and it is going to be verifying O dot C ID. It's going to be coming and checking here. Do we have one here? Yes. So if you have one, you will be able to get one row. If you're getting one row means exist function will become true. When it becomes true, you will be able to get that name. Clear? So then it will go to the second row. It is going to be verifying, is it a 2? No. Is it a 2? No. Is it a 2? Yes. At least one. If you place at least one order, you have done the orders, right? So then it will also become. Then it will take 3 and it's going to be verifying. Is it 3? No. Is it 3? No. Is it 3? No. It's going to be doing existence check. Clear? So this is the query that I'm going to be using. So here I have written a correlation subquery. Clear? So exist function I have used it. So this is the equivalent to lookup in your SQL. Am I clear? So even though you don't know what is a correlation subquery, what is a subquery, what is a existence, without knowing anything, you will be able to simply use lookup transformation inside your SSIS packages. Am I clear? But if you wanted to perform same thing here, you should be able to get people who have done the place the orders. People who did not place the orders, you need to write not exist. Clear? So this query is going to be giving you people who did not place the orders. And when you remove notch here, people who have placed the order. So this is the SQL way of writing it. But the same thing you should be able to apply lookup, matching data, not matched data. Now tell me, definitely SQL is complex. SQL is complex because you should know what is a subquery, what is a subquery, how to write this, how to cannot write this. Lot of things you should know. So more than this, you need to understand the syntax as well. Clear? And you need to know subqueries, correlation subqueries, joins. What is that I should use? Lot of things we have to know here, but here it is pretty much easy. If you use a lookup, you should be able to get the matched data as well as unmatched data very, very easily. Guys, can you hear me clearly? Somebody is saying
So,
no sound.
quick question for exist, not exist, it will give true or false, right?
Right, right.
So it won't give the value unless we have other, it is in the subquery.
Yeah. So this is going to be giving you the data. So you will be able to get the customers.
Right.
Bill and Chandani will be given. Clear?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Am I clear? So somebody is saying no sound. Please, please reconnect. People who are not able to get the sound, please reconnect.
Bhaskar, can you hear me?
Yeah, please.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, please, please. I can hear.
No.
I can
I
hear
was just
you.
testing because, yeah, because I couldn't. I was talking earlier. You couldn't hear. Just testing.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Mm, mm,
Thanks.
mm. Fine, fine. Okay, guys, please reconnect if you're not able to hear me. So this is what you need to understand where exactly we can use joins, where exactly we can use lookup. Both of them are completely different topics and different, knowledge. Okay, you need to understand when should I use joins. If I wanted to know my orders, customers and their orders, if you wanted to get, you will be able to use joins. Okay, then I wanted to know customers, at least they placed one order. So if you wanted to get that information, then you need to use exists. Clear? So very good. Now for today, we're going to be discussing about some more transformations: merge, union all, merge join, percentage and row sampling, pivot and unpivot transformation, script component, term extraction, and term lookup transformations. This is what I'm going to be discussing today. Now, what is a merge? So this is allowed. I have data coming from source one. I have data coming from the source two. I need to sort the data based on the key column, and I would like to merge, create a single destination. For example, I'm getting students' inquiries from America. All the data is available in one Excel sheet. I have one more data coming from student inquiries from UK. All the data I'm storing into one more Excel sheets. I have two Excel sheets. Students underscore UK, students underscore US. Clear? I wanted to merge the data and combine into a single output. I have sources students Hyderabad text and students BLR XLS. So these two are two different, uh, sources. This is a flat file, this is the Excel file, but because XLS and TXT file, I wanted to combine the data, merge the data, and create one text file, or dump the data into SQL table, or maybe Excel file, or it could be anything else. If you wanted to merge the data from more than one source, that is where we're going to be using merge. Okay, so what is the limitation in this? You cannot have more than two. I have three files, I have four files, I have five files. How do I do that? I will not be able to do. The limitation is only two files you can combine, and number of columns also should match, because say, I have a student ID, you should have student ID, name and name, course and course. You cannot have data of enrollment date, and you cannot have a course name here. You cannot combine date column with the string data type. You need to have proper data types as well. Be clear on this. Now if I have more than two, how do I combine the data? How do I merge the data? That is where we're going to be using what is called as a uh, union all transformation. This combines multiple inputs into one output. For example, the data from five different flat file, or could be one flat file, second is Excel, third one is XML, fourth one is SQL Server table, fifth one is Oracle database. You can have five, six, seven, any number of sources you can take it. you have a lot of data, but remember, you should have all the same columns. All sources must have same columns. You cannot combine customers data with the sales data. You need to have customers, America, customers India, customers Japan, customers Dubai. You are getting the data of the same, but different files you are able to get it. All the data you have to merge into single destination. So that is when we're going to be using union all transformation. Am I clear? So now, what is the difference between merge and union all? Very, very, very important interview question. It takes only two inputs and it takes only multiple inputs, right? So required sorted data. So you need to have at least one column to be sorted in the source one and source two. And here need not, have the sorting at all. Sorting is not required at all. Produces a sorted output and it does not produce sorted output. So merge is slow. Why merge will be slow? Because if you don't have sorting data, you have to sort the data and send it to the destination. Sorting is a block transformation. All right, sorting is a block transformation. When you have source one is having 1 million data, source two is having a 20 million data, you wanted to merge these two means. So merge is going to be taking a lot of time to sort the data. Am I clear? So definitely merge is not the recommended option. If you have already sorted data, that's when there is no issue. But if you wanted to sort the data, then you need to sort the data and send it. It will take a lot of time. Clear? So when we have merge and union all, definitely union all is faster because it is not going to sort any data in between. So simply get the data to the destination, and you can have multiple sources. You can have heterogeneous or homogeneous. So all 10 flat files you can have as a source, or 20, 30, Excels you can have, or a combination of anything. One is Excel, one is source, one is Oracle, one is SQL Server table. You can have like that as well. Am I clear? So that is what is the difference between merge and union all transformation. Remember, in SQL Server also we have a merge keyword. In SQL Server, we have a merge statement, keyword. That is something different. Okay. So many people would ask you this. So the interview question is that, do you know merge? Do you know merge? Okay. If you say yes, so merge is available in SSIS and merge is available in SQL. Okay. In SQL, we're going to be using merge to perform incremental loading. Okay. What is incremental loading? We'll discuss later. SQL Server has a merge statement. Okay, merge statement to perform the incremental loading. SSIS has merge transformation. Okay, SSIS has a merge statement, which is to combine the data. It is not joining. Joining something different. It is going to be combining the data. Okay, so you need to understand what is the difference between combining and joining. Clear? For example, I have student ID, student name, and the course is interested. I have some data, student number one, say I have Aman, he wanted to learn Java. I have some data which is coming from students' inquiries, let us say from US. I have some data like this. I have one more student, say she wanted to learn MSBI. Clear? I have one more source. Now it is coming from, let us say, India. I have, say, Gaurav. He wanted to learn, say, SQL Server, and the number will be something else here. Now the number is 20. Now we have Monica. She wanted to learn, let us say, Oracle, right? Or let us, she wanted to learn Python. Now tell me, can I join these two tables? Can I join these two tables? If you wanted to join these two tables, you should have matching, at least one column should match. right? So what is the column you're matching here? Nothing will match. Clear? But here I would like to take the data from both the tables. Here I wanted to, what you say, I would like to unionize the data. In SQL words, this is what is called combining. In SQL Server and Oracle, we'll say union or union all. This is what we're going to be using in SQL Server. Okay, if you wanted to combine the data, remember this, if you wanted to combine the data, we're going to be using here. But in SSIS, there is no union. So SSIS, we have either merge or you can use what is called as a union all transformation. Clear? Both of them can be used. In SQL Server, we have a union and we have a union all. Here we have a merge and we have a union all transformation. This is to combine the data. Clear? So here combining purpose, only you need to have number of columns should match and the corresponding column data type should match. If it is an integer, this is an integer. If it is a varchar character, this should be varchar character. If this is date and time, this is date and time. The number of columns should match plus corresponding column data type also should match. Clear? So SQL Server is going to be using this and SSIS is going to be using this. Join is something different. Okay, so you cannot say I would like to join the data. For the joining purpose, we're going to be using this one. I have a customer table. Same customer place the orders like this. I can join the data based on the customer ID. Customer ID is the primary key here. Customer is the foreign key here. So understand, join is something different. Combining the data is something different. Clear? So that's what we're going to be
So one quick question.
we're discussing now. Please.
When there is duplicate data, how will merge and union perform? Like, because merge sorts the data, will it copy the duplicates also?
Everything. So duplicate data, if you have, for example, let us take, so I have some data here. So I have a student, Monica. Now, as of now, she is in here, and she may be going to, here, and she may be, inquiring for something else here. Clear? So the same Monica is here, same Monica is here. If you have same duplicate data, so by default, merge union all is not going to delete any duplicates here. So as it is, a data will get combined. You will get a duplicate records if you have something. For example, the same thing is copied here as well. I have one data like this as well. So when I combine the data, I will be able to get the 5 rows here. So when you go in for merge and union all, so only thing is that which is sorting the data. Okay, but here in this here, union is going to be removing duplicates. Okay, so here it removes duplicates by default. Okay, so union all to keep duplicates. So it is not going to be doing anything here. So SQL Server has two different things. It removes dupes data. It is to keep the dupes data here. So but here merge and union all, only it can take two inputs, it can take multiple inputs. Here anything can take multiple inputs, there is no issue here, but only thing is it's going to be removing duplicated data. It is not going to remove any duplicated data. Since it is removing duplicated data, union is a bit slow compared to this, because this is always faster, because it need not verify whether you have duplicates or not. If I'm not verifying something, if I'm not doing some work, then definitely which is very faster. Clear? In SQL Server we have a union and union all. Union and union all are there to combine the data coming from multiple sources or multiple queries, doesn't matter. But union is slow, which is going to be removing duplicate data when you have like this. So union all is not going to do like this, but here the constraint is that merge is going to be taking only two inputs. It is going to be taking multiple inputs and it is going to be sorting the data. There is no sorting is required. Clear? but both of them are going to get the duplicated data when you have the data in the sources. Yeah, am I clear? So
Yes, sir, got it. Thank
then
you.
we have, yeah, then we have merge join transformation. When we're talking about merge join, which is equivalent to joins in RDBMS, joins in SQL, right? So you know what is the lookup transformation. Now you got to understand joins in SSIS as well. This is used to join the two sorted data sets using full left and inner joins, two inputs and one output, and no support for another output. Sorted data for its input. Limitation is only two tables or two data sets can be joined, requires sorted data as an input. Let me go. Let us talk about. So let us talk about
Can I ask you a quick
joins.
question before you go
Please,
on?
please, please, please.
Sorry. So when you say union and union all, isn't it similar to the outer join, full outer join?
Joins are something different because if you wanted to join, you need to have a common column. Otherwise, you cannot join. Am I
Right.
clear? So I have a
Yeah.
common column here, one and one. But you think that you have a common column here? For example, if you have some data here, how do you join? On what basis you're going to be joining? Because you have one here, you have a 10 here. You have two here, you have two here. Even though it is one, and even though it is a two, can you join one Aman data with one Aman Java and one Gaurav? So can you join this data even though you're able to join because the data is matching? Even though you match, so does it make any sense? One Aman comma one Gaurav is equal server. So it is not linked data or inter. It doesn't have any kind of a relationship, right?
Yeah.
Am I clear?
So
So
if
if you
there's the common,
join, you can join because
yeah.
mathematically one and one is equal. Mathematically one and one is equal. But when
Mm.
you join the data, give it to the business, people will ask you what happens to you. What happened? You're joining the data because you should not join the data here. Am I clear? So when there is no primary key and foreign key relationship, and this table is something different than this table, these are completely independent data coming from two different sources. There is no link between these two data sets. If that is the case, we must use combine. We must join the data. For example, I have a student's data, I have a patient's data. Can I use join? No. Can I combine? That is also no, because I have a student's data and I have a patient's data. Can we combine those data? You cannot do any neither of them. You cannot join. You cannot use union and merge because patient's data you can merge with the patient, not with the student's data, right? So like that. So there should be a business strategy, a business requirement. Should I combine? Should I join? If I wanted to join, I need to have primary key, foreign key relationship between those two tables, and it makes sense. If I wanted to combine the data, I can combine same business entity data. I can have orders data from America. I can combine orders of India for Amazon.com. I cannot say I would like to take medical patients data combining with Amazon data. It doesn't make any sense. Even though Amazon company is having one hospital, Amazon company is also having one retail business. I cannot combine the data even though the company is managing two things. Clear? So it definitely you need to understand the business as well here. Am I clear,
Yeah.
Ravina?
Yeah. So if we have common data, then we can do join or union. That was I was
No,
asking.
not or union. So now tell me, will you use join? Will you use union here? For
Over here
example,
it would be
now
union.
see Ravina coming from here. Ravina coming from MSBI. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now here I have 20, say Kiran comes from MSBI. If you join the data, what all the rows you get it? One and
Common.
one is matching, two and
Yeah.
two is matching. But what
Mm.
about Ravina and Kiran?
No.
Are you able to get it? So
But if we do the
if
full
I
outer,
join
we'll
that,
get everything, right?
Yeah, you get everything, but how do you get the data? You get the data like this. So you will be able to get the data. For example, I would like to get the data. This is what is called combining, right? Combining means you get this data and you will be able to get the data. This is what is called combining. Clear? So if you go for joins, what happens? It will be like this. You will be able to get data from here. Clear? And these columns also are going to come here. Clear? So now let us take this row first. Let us take this row first. One you are able to get. For one, you will have a matching entry. That will be here. Clear? And for two, Sonia, and you will be able to get like this. For two Sonia, you will be able to get a two Monica. Okay? For that two Ravina, three Ravina, do you have any data here? You don't have any data here. Now the first question is, what is this? One Aman Java, one Gaurav equals, or what is the meaning of this? What is this name? What is this name? What is this course? What is this course? You can understand, since you're a human being, you can understand, okay, this is one student, this is one another student. But now you need to tell the machine, and this is something different, and this is something different, because the machine takes this row is a one entity instance. Clear? So it will give you a lot of nonsense to us, because it is not the purpose for the joins. Joins are always should be used to get the data of this kind of a data. When you have one customer placed many orders, in this case we should be able to use it, because this is a primary key and foreign key. Clear? So that is when you should be able to do the data. Otherwise what happens is that you have to create like this, and you need to use a left, right, full. And tomorrow I would like to get the complete data. In what data you're going to be getting? I would like to get the data like this, but now you're saying you're going to be using the data. I'm not getting the data. The customer says that I need the data like this, and you're getting the data something like this. So end of the day, you are doing a chaos here, right? So there is a simplest way. This is the best way to do that. This is not the best way. This is something different, and you're combining like this. Clear? So this is not the purpose of joining. Am I clear, Ravina?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Clear? So here you are able to get the data, but that is not the way. For example, the simplest understanding is that I can combine a kerosene with petrol. So it makes sense, but I cannot take a different data, kerosene with oil, a kerosene with water, or the milk with water, milk with something else. But you can combine, but end of the day product will be chaos. So can we join? Yes, we should be able to join, but here there is no meaning of 1 and 2. Clear? So you may have 1, 2 here, or you may have 10 here, you may have 20 here, you may have 30 here. So you may have something different here. So definitely when you don't have primary key and foreign key relationships between those two tables, still you wanted to merge the data. That is when we're going to be using merge or union all. If you wanted to get the data from two tables, where the two tables are having relationship, primary key and foreign key, that is where we're going to be using what is called as a joins. Am I clear? So remember this point. Okay, now RDBMS we have, and even we have SSIS joins, right? When you go in for RDBMS joins, what are the joins in RDBMS? Let us understand. We have 4 types of joins. One is called inner join, then we have outer join, then we have cross join, then we have self join. Clear? These are the variety of joins we have in RDBMS. But in outer join there are 3 varieties. One is called left join, then you can have right join, then you can have full join. These are the 3 types of joins inside the outer join. Clear? But now if you go in for SSIS, We don't have all of them. We have only these joins. Clear? We have inner join, we have outer join. We don't have right join as well. Remember this. We don't have right join as well. We have only these two. Has only two joints. One is called inner and outer. We have left, right, full. You have left and full only. There is no right. Okay. In RDBMS, so we can join maximum 255 tables can be joined. Join maximum how many tables? 255 tables can be joined. Clear? So that is what is the maximum here. How many tables we can join? So in SSIS, if you take, so at a stretch, maximum 2 tables can be joined, not more than that. If you wanted to join 3 tables, what you need to do? First join 2 tables, get output, and take the output and join with the third table. Like that, you have to get the data, 2 tables data, join with the third table, get the data, and again you get final data, join with the fourth table, get the final data, join with the fourth table. Like you get 2 tables and final data, you can join with the third table. You cannot directly join 3 tables at a time. But here, maximum 2 tables can be joined. So no need of sorting the data. Clear? Sorting is not required in this. Okay. Sorting is not required in this. Sorting is not needed. Okay. But here, what is required? Here, sorting is required. Sorting is required. So that is also one more thing that you need to understand. Clear? So here sorting is not required, but compulsorily, whenever you join, compulsorily, remember, instead of a sorting, you're going to be using indexes. Index has to be there on that column. Whenever you join something, you must have indexes. For example, let me go back here. I wanted to have a customer table. I wanted to have orders table. Definitely, I'm going to be joining based on this column, right? So if you wanted to join, compulsorily you need to have index on this column. You wanted to have index on this column. Definitely, it is recommended. If you don't have indexes on this column, if you use joins, joins will become very, very, very slow operation. So people will ask you, people will tell you, whenever you join the tables, whatever be the joining predicate that you're using, you must have index on that column. So what is the column? In the customers column, I have to have index on this. In the orders table, I have to have index on this. Am I clear? So if you don't have indexing, joining will take a lot of time. Remember this. Okay. What are indexes? Why we need to have indexes? So you have a beautiful video I have recorded in YouTube. So just go there and understand sequels of our indexes. So as soon as you go for the interviews, you will be asked these questions. Tell me one place where indexes are recommended. Tell me one scenario where indexes are not recommended. Okay. So people may ask you, what are the types of the indexes we have? Unclustering indexes. How how indexes improves the joining operations. Why joins needed indexes. All these questions are asked, and definitely I strongly recommend watch my indexes videos in YouTube. You can simply go to YouTube and look for Bhaskar Jogi indexes videos. You will be able to get couple of videos. Please watch there. Okay. So So you'll have SQL Server indexes, part 1 and part 2. I strongly recommend, I have SQL Server queries as well. I strongly recommend you subscribe my channel and try to play these videos and take the notes. Am I clear? Clear, guys. It's very, very important. So now when we come down to our discussion, so RDBMS has these many things. but SSIS has only maximum 2 tables. Now, what is the inner join? What is the outer join? Let me tell you. So already you know what is inner join, what is outer join. People who do not know, for them I'm explaining. Clear? So I have data set A, I have data set B. Clear? You can say table A, table B. I have some data here. I have some data, right? So what are the matching data? 1 and 1 is matching, and 2 and 2 is matching, and 2 and 2 is matching, and 3 and 3 is matching. 4 doesn't have any matching data. 5 and 6 also doesn't have any matched data. If you go in for inner join, inner join always gets matching data. 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 2 comma 2, right? And you will be able to get 3 comma 3. That's it. 4, 5, 6 is not going to come. You are going to be getting completely matched rows. Okay. So this is called as a inner join. This is also called as a natural join. This is also called as a simple join. Okay, this is also called as a equijoin. So lot of names are given. So people will say, what is a simple join, natural join, inner join, equijoin, whatever they say. So matching data, 100% matching data you are getting. So this is what is called joins means. But apart from that, I wanted to get not only the matched data but also unmatched data. That is where we're going to be using outer join. Clear? But outer join has 3 varieties. One is called left, the second one is called right, then the last one is called full. Now if you go in for the left join is always inner join plus something else. So left join is always inner join. Inner join is this data, matching data, that is 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, plus unmatched data from the left table, that is 4. And this side we don't have any matching entry. You will be able to get null. Clear? So left join is always inner join plus extra data coming from the left data set or left table. Clear? So always outer join is going to be having more data, more rows, because it is going to be giving you only matching data. This is going to be giving you matched data plus unmatched data. So outer join is always bigger than the inner join, because inner join gets always matching data, unmatched data you don't get it. Clear? So if you wanted to go for the right join, always inner join plus you have to get unmatched data from the right data set. You have 5 and you have 6, and this side you don't have the matching entry, then you will say null and null like this. Clear? So these are the 2 things you will be able to get it. So matched data plus unmatched data from the right data set. When you go in for full, it is inner join. Clear? So 3 comma 3 and inner join plus unmatched data from the both data sets. You have a 4 null, and here you have a null and 5, you have a null and 6. This is what is called full outer join. Clear? So full outer join is going to be giving you complete matched data and complete unmatched data as well. Clear? So this is what you got to understand, the difference between inner join and outer join. So either in the SQL Server or in SSIS, tomorrow you may be learning data science, Python, Hadoop, Java, or data science. Whatever you learn, joins are only these two. You may have different other joins, but the basic joins are inner join and outer join. So it is not very complex. Inner join means you need to know matching data. Outer join means you need to understand inner join data plus, that is matched data, plus unmatched data. It is not going to give you purely unmatched data. If you wanted to get unmatched data, Clear? So we need to filter this. By default, you don't get filtered. You need to filter this data. If you wanted to get a purely unmatched data, you would like to filter these rows. Clear? The filtering purpose, what we say, wherever there is a null, get only those rows. So we'll say like this: wherever there is a null, get only those rows. That means wherever there is a null, if you get those rows, those are the unmatched data. That is the logic the SQL people are going to be using. But outer join always gives you matched data plus unmatched data. Am I clear? So when you have inner join, outer join can be given like this. But the problem is, people may ask you this question: why do we need this right join? Why do we need this right join? Because you can say, so the syntax I'll tell you. One of the interview question asked, I'm joining two tables, select star from table A, join table B. This is SQL syntax on A dot some common column, primary key equals to B dot foreign key. This is inner join syntax. If you wanted to join two tables in SQL or in Oracle RDBMS, this is the syntax. If you say join, it is inner join, or you can say inner space join. This is the inner join syntax. Clear? So if you wanted to join two tables, so inner join syntax is like this in SQL Server. But if you wanted to join three tables, how do you join this? If you wanted to join three tables in SQL Server, you have to say table A inner join table B on condition. Then you can say inner join C. Then you need to write one more on condition. So this table is going to be joining with some table, either A or B. You need to have a common column, right? Because if you wanted to join these two tables, I have a customer ID, I have an orders table. What is the common column? So table A dot primary key, table B dot foreign key. So I need to say C dot CAD is equivalent to orders dot CAD, that is O dot CAD. I have to have a common column like this, then only we can have on condition. If I wanted to join one more table I wanted to join, so and I need to have that table primary key, either a foreign key here or foreign key here, then only you should be able to join the third table here. Otherwise you will not be able to join the table at all. But if you wanted to join, so that means you need to have primary key, foreign key, you need to write that condition. So on immediate A dot C dot primary key, it is joining with A dot foreign key, then only it will get joined. Like that you can join maximum 255 tables. Clear? But now I wanted to use outer join, right? What is the syntax of outer join in SQL Server or in Oracle? It is very, very simple, right? So you have to take the same syntax, copy it, only instead of inner, you can say left. That's it. Left join, or you can say left outer join. Anything is fine. Left join is perfectly fine. Or you can say left space, outer space join. This is also fine. So when I say left join, what happens now? All the data from the both tables are copied. Matching data will get copied. And to this keyword, which is the left table? The left table is A. So you will be able to get the unmatched data from the left table. If I say right, what happens? So this is the keyword. What is the right table here? Right table is B. Clear? Right table is B. I will be able to get the unmatched data from the right table. Now, people may use full here. So full means matching data from the both tables and unmatched data from both tables will be given. Okay. So one of the interviewer is asked, so I can use left join, okay, or I can use right join. That is also perfectly fine. Instead of writing like this, I am going to be writing. So how I'm going to be writing? So he said like this. I am not going to use right. I'm going to be using left only. But now I interchange. I'll put B here. I'll put A here. Now tell me, what is the difference between this and this? There is no difference, right? So when you say A right join B, so this table, the right is B. But when you say B left join A, then this is also equivalent to this, right? But now, why are we using right and left? You can interchange the tables itself, right? So why are we using left and right here? Because left and right is not needed. If you have only two tables, we can simply interchange. Clear? But if you wanted to join 3-4 tables, then you cannot interchange, because A next you can have a B, or you can have B, you can have a. There is no difference. But you can have A comma B comma C. You cannot change. So it is not equivalent to B comma A comma C. Clear? Because next to C you have a B here, but if next to C there is a, and you will be able to get the different result sets. So when you have more than two tables, you cannot interchange. But if you have only two tables, left and right doesn't matter. Since we have 255 tables, and if you're joining more than two tables, and left and right makes sense. Okay, but if you have only two tables, instead of a left, you can write, right. Only thing is that interchange this. But if you have two, there is no issue. But if you have 4 or 5 tables you're joining, if you're changing this instead of using a left and right, then the complete result set will change. Clear? So what SSIS is telling me, I can maximum use two tables, right? So two inputs only are supported. So I need not go in for right. Left and full I need, but no right is required, because instead of right, what I do? I say A left B, instead of that B left A, because I'm going to be using two tables. Because of the reason only here right table is not given. So in SQL Server, you have a left. If you wanted to use multiple tables there, you can add multiple tables. Left, right will make a lot of issues. Clear? But when you have two tables, A left B, or you can say B right A, doesn't make any sense. Clear? So because of the reason here, there is no right, because we're going to be using maximum two tables. So only inner join, matching data, full data you can get it. But if you wanted to get the right data, interchange the tables. That why we don't have a right join in SSIS. You need to tell them that since we have only two inputs, A to B comma A comma B doesn't matter, so you can interchange. So because of that, so we did not have a right here. Clear? So two inputs and one output, no support of error output, no red pipe there. Sorting is required, only two inputs requires sorting. That's it. Am I clear? So these are the joins, and these joins you need to remember, whenever you have RDBMS joins, you make sure that whatever be the joining predicate that you're using. So here I'm going to be using joining predicate as C dot customer ID is equivalent to O dot customer ID on this joining predicate, or on indexes. Clear? If you don't have proper indexes, then definitely you will have a lot of performance issues when you have a lot of data in these tables. Clear? So wherever the indexes are, whenever you write joining condition by clause, or whenever you write where clause, so group by country ID, group by name, or where country equals to India. So wherever you're using where clause, wherever you're using a joins, wherever you're using a group by clause, on those columns, you must have indexes. Clear? So remember this point. Wherever you're having a joining columns, joining predicates, you must create an index and keep it there. And whenever you having group by country ID, group by name, group by gender, you need to have those columns also must have indexes. And if you have something in the where clause, where country equals to India, where country equals to Japan, where gender equals to male, on the gender column you should have an indexes. Clear? So where indexes are implemented, by clause, where clause, and joining predicates. Okay, if you have this on those columns, compulsorily you have to create indexes, and indexes are more recommended in the data warehousing, less recommended in the OLTP systems, because indexes are good for the reading of data. Indexes are bad for writing up the data. All these points I would have discussed in my indexes classes. Please watch them carefully, and how to create an index, what type of indexes we can create, and why indexes are recommended in OLAP, not in the OLTP, and all of them I had discussed. Please watch those videos. If you have any questions, you can ask me anytime. Indexes is very important topic. You cannot go for the interview without knowing indexes of SQL Server. So first question they'll ask you, what is your knowledge in MSBI? The second question they'll ask you, do you know anything about indexes? That's it. The second question itself is in indexes. Do you know anything about performance tuning? If yes, tell me what is that you know. Clear? If you don't know about indexes and performance tuning, even though you know thousands of topics, that is useless. You will not be able to crack the interview. Am I clear? That's it. Now, so merge join is that. Then we have, how do you eliminate or separate a duplicate rows? So that we discussed yesterday. How do you find a duplicate data in the given data? Yesterday I had told you we can use fuzzy grouping. How do you perform delta loading or incremental loading? This we're going to be discussing from Monday. Clear? What is the delta loading, incremental loading? We'll discuss. So now, percentage sampling used to sample the data to audit the quality of the data. Row sampling used to sample the data, number of randomly selected rows to audit the quality of the data. Before the project starts, you are the technical team. So if you wanted to create a proper data analytics, what is the source? Source is the data for us. If the data is not so good, even though you're a very good chef, but the raw material is completely bad, can you make good pizza? You will not be able to do it because the raw material is completely bad. So we are good developers, we know SQL Server MSBI very well. To create lot of data analytics, you need to sample the data first. So before you cooking, what you do, you sample the items. For example, tomorrow you wanted to buy you wanted to have a dinner party, so the chef is going to come and you would like to see what is the items you bought already. You would like to sample it, everything is properly there or not. If the raw items are not so good, then definitely you cannot expect proper food tomorrow in the dinner. You will be blamed, chef will be blamed. But chef is not the chef is not doesn't have any kind of a problem. The raw items which you have purchased is completely bad items. Clear? So definitely tomorrow, if you wanted to take any data analytics, application development, you have to understand the source data. So whether they have proper data or not. If they don't have the proper data, if you have a lot of duplicated data, a lot of discrepancies are available in the data, definitely you cannot take all the data and start dumping into data warehousing. So for the sampling purpose, we're going to be using percentage sampling and row sampling. This is before start developing. Clear? We can get some randomly selected rows and we will be giving a proper data analysis on this data in terms of data quality check. Clear? So for that purpose, we're going to be using these two transformations. Now we have a pivot transformation. This converts rows into columns. This makes normalized data into denormalized data. Unpivot transformation is this converts columns into rows. This makes denormalized data into normalized data. I have some data here, and this data I wanted to convert like this. Kiran Java, he got this much marks. Kiran MSBI, Ravi Java, Ravi MSBA, John MSBA, John, like this. I would like to create like this report. Okay. So convert Java MSBA is a column, a row, it has become a column now. So any row is become a column. So that is what is called a pivoting operation. So rows are converting as columns. Any row or multiple rows converting into multiple columns. Converting rows into columns is called as a pivoting transformation. I get this data and I create this kind of a table, and doing vice versa. Doing vice versa is called as a unpivot operation. Clear? Script component transformation we have. This transformation is used to integrate scripting code C#.NET or VB.NET. So script written using VSA, Visual Studio for Applications. When to use scripting? I had told you lot of points. When you go to control flow, you have a script task where you should be able to perform your complex scripting. You can do it here. You can write. When you double click on this, you should be able to go to edit script and write whatever be the code that you wanted to write. So .NET, C#, .NET, VB.NET, you should know. So even though you don't know C#, .NET, VB.NET, lot of code available in Google, we will be copy paste the code and we'll do lot of code we can write beautifully. That we'll discuss from Monday. Okay. So lot of .NET code we are going to write. But even though you don't know anything about .NET, even I don't know .NET, but lot of code I can easily understand. Okay. So that code you should be able to write. So lot of code we're going to be using as a .NET code as well. So you have a scripted task here to perform this. But when you go to data flow, I wanted to write a .NET code means there is no task here. So there is a script component. When you drag and drop a script component, it is telling me, you want me to take this as a source, you want me to take this as a destination, or you want me to use as a transformation. There are three things. Try to understand. If I drag and drop a task, it is not asking me anything. But if I go drag and drop script component, it is asking me 3 points: source, destination, and transformation. Okay, where exactly we are going to use .NET in the data flow. So I wanted to read the data from ADO.NET flat file, OLEDB, raw file, XML file. But my client is giving me data. My client is giving me the data PDF files. My client is giving me the data in MS Word files. My client is giving me a lot of data in the audio files or in the video files. Okay. So these are not available in this. If you say there is no MS Word, there is no PDF source, but now client is giving the data in the PDF format. How do I get the data and dump it into destination? SSIS doesn't have predefined sources for the PDF or MS Word, clear, or any other source that is not available here. That is where we are going to be using a .NET as a source. Or my client is telling me you have to dump the data to the destination, but destination is my PDF file. If you go to destination, there is no PDF. Have you seen this? There is no PDF, but the client is recommending, asking, I wanted to get the data from the source, dump into a PDF file and give me the PDF file. I would like to use somewhere. So I don't have destination as a PDF. So I can take a script component there. I will be able to use data and convert it into destination PDF. Clear? So to do this kind of an operations, we're going to be using script component transformation. Am I clear? So scripting a task versus script component, it is available in the control flow. It is available in the data flow as a source, a transformation, destination. to perform complex operation, So some few examples I have stated. One is called, I would like to read the data from the non-supported SSIS data sources. So I would like to read the data from PDF, MS Word, audio, video, right? Or people will say, take only today's files and process it. Files and process. Now, what is the meaning? I'll give you one file. You take the data from that file. That is something different. But the customer is telling you, take only today's file, Bhaskar. Don't take any other file. I go here and I would like to open my source. This is my source. I open here. So none of the files are reached today. All of them are the old files. So if I get some new one here, so this is the today's file. Okay. So today's file is employee. If you see any file that is having a today's date, only take this file data and process it. Don't touch other files. How do you do that? So that is not easy to get the today's files data and dump it. So that is when again we are using .NET as a transformation. Okay, it is going to go there. It is picking up only the today's files and it's going to be giving it to you. Clear? Take only yesterday's files and store it. Take only 1 month files and get it. Whether it is a 1 month file or current file, how do I know? Until and unless you go to the folder, you cannot see. Right? So all of them can be done with the help of script component or script task only. You can use .NET. Otherwise, we cannot do anything else there. Clear? But you have a differences between these two. Script task is to perform any kind of an activity, but script component can be used as a source or a destination or as a transformation. Clear? We're going to be using from tomorrow. Tomorrow means we don't have class. Saturday, Sunday, we don't have class. So Monday means Sunday night you will be having classes. So remember that. And guys, tomorrow morning 8 o'clock we have SQL Server batch demo will be there. If anybody wanted to start SQL Server batch, we have a demo morning tomorrow 8 a.m. So the new batch is going to start from tomorrow. Clear? So you don't have any class already, you know, right? The next one is term extraction. This extracts the terms from the text and write into output. For example, text that contains email messages may provide useful feedback about product. To analyze the product's feedback, you may give a lot of feedback in the mail, lot of feedback in the social sites, lot of feedback in the SMSs, WhatsApp. This mobile is good, this mobile is bad, this is too costly, camera is bad, I think price is very good, so this is having very good camera. You will be giving a lot of feedback about the products in Amazon, in Flipkart, wherever, in Facebook. So a lot of places where you give the feedback. All the feedback can be collected from the email, Facebook, and you should be able to analyze how many people said camera is good, how many people said camera is bad, how many people said phone is available in the right price, how many people said phone is too costly. So they would like to analyze this data and they can implement these feedback in the next versions of phones. Clear? So like that we have term extraction and term lookup as well. It matches the terms extracted from the text in a input column with the terms in the reference table. If then it then counts the number of times the term is time in the lookup table occurs in the input data set and writes into the output. So I wanted to know how many times people said good, how many times people said bad, how many times people said worst, how many times people said average, how many times people said okay, how many said people said superb. I would like to analyze this kind of a words. So for my product, so if you wanted to select a few words and those words you can just keep it in the reference table. So those words are called good, bad, average, superb, fantastic, excellent, wow. So these kind of words, how many times people said in the given source documents. They would like to analyze the statistical analysis for these words. If many people said average, average and not bad, good, something like this. That means product is completely worse condition. So definitely I need to improve. So you have to identify few words. Those words are going to be putting into a lookup transformation. So that is what is called a term lookup transformation. Clear? So we'll be doing couple of demos from the next week. So please practice all of them and make sure that you're downloading regular videos from the same link which is provided to you. If you're missing any videos, please let me know. I will upload it. But make sure that you should be able to download the videos within 1 or 2 days. Otherwise, the videos will get deleted automatically after a few days. Make sure that you download all the videos. Clear? Thank you, guys.